Mom, I just blocked Sarah. I can't deal with her drama anymore. I stared at the Facebook notification on my phone, heart pounding. The preview text made me pause, then I tapped it. My toxic sister had just publicly declared that our family was better off without me. Her post was long, 3 paragraphs of judgment about people who never grow up, never take responsibility, and how cutting toxic family members out of your life was an act of self-care. Dozens of friends and relatives had already liked and commented, praising her for choosing her peace and setting boundaries. I leaned back in my leather chair, looking out at the city skyline. At 26, she still thought I was the family failure. She had no idea that the woman she was calling toxic was actually the CEO of Horizon Digital Solutions, the same company that had offered her the marketing director position she'd been dreaming of for 2 years. I didn't respond to the post. I didn't argue. I picked up the phone. Hi, Jennifer. It's Claire. Can you resend the job offer we extended to Sarah Langley yesterday? 3 years ago, I'd started Horizon Digital with $50,000 saved from freelance web design work. What began as a one-woman operation had grown into a full-service digital agency with 37 employees and annual revenue nearing $8 million. My family had no idea. To them, I was still the college dropout living paycheck to paycheck in a small downtown apartment. Every time I mentioned new clients, they'd nod politely and change the subject. Sarah, in particular, always lectured me about career stability. You can't just do freelance projects forever, Claire, she'd said at family dinners. You need a real career path. I smiled, never mentioning that my projects were generating more revenue than her entire department. Ironically, she was talented at marketing. When Horizon was hiring a marketing director 6 months ago, I had anonymously recommended her. She'd gone through the same interview process as everyone else, competing against dozens of candidates. Yesterday, our HR director, Jennifer, had called her with the good news: a $95,000 salary, full benefits, equity options, and leadership over the company's marketing strategy. Sarah was ecstatic. She called our parents immediately and posted on Facebook about landing her dream job at an innovative tech company, completely unaware she was joining her toxic sister's company. After reading her post this morning, I called Jennifer into my office. I need you to resend Sarah's offer, I said. Jennifer frowned. Are you sure? Her references were excellent, and the team loved her. Why? She publicly called me toxic, I explained. She thinks she's better off without me. She has no idea I own this company. Jennifer's eyes widened. Your sister. But her last name is Langley and yours is. I use my mother's maiden name professionally. She doesn't know I'm the CEO. None of my family does. Jennifer absorbed this, nodding slowly. I see. That does create a tricky situation. Even if she's talented, I can't have a senior employee publicly calling her boss toxic. I handed her my phone. Show her the post. Jennifer read it, expression shifting from confusion to understanding. Oh, wow. Yeah, I get it. We can't have that dynamic. She left, and 30 minutes later returned. Done, she said. I called Sarah. I'm sorry, the position has been eliminated due to unexpected budget constraints. Her reaction was devastating. Over the next few hours, her Facebook activity spiraled. Friends and family offered sympathy. Cousins commented things like, "This is why you were right to cut Claire out. Toxic people bring bad luck even from afar." At 3 p.m., my mom called. "Claire, I saw Sarah's posts. She's really upset. Maybe you could talk to her." I almost laughed. Mom, she literally blocked me this morning and announced the family is better off without me. Why would I reach out? She hesitated. Family is more important than social media drama. Mom, she thinks our family is better off without me. I'm respecting her wishes. At 5 p.m., I got a text from Sarah. Claire, I know we're not talking, but I really need someone to vent to. My job got cancelled. Can you call me? I stared at it. The same person who announced she didn't want me in her life was now asking for emotional support. I typed slowly, Sarah, you literally posted this morning that the family is better off without me. Why would you even reach out to me after what you posted? I typed, staring at Sarah's text. Claire, that wasn't about you specifically. I was venting about family stress, she replied. I screenshotted her message and compared it to her Facebook post. Sarah, you literally wrote about blocking your toxic sister and said the family is better off without her. How is that not about me? You're being too sensitive. It was just social media, she said. So when you need something from me, it's just social media. But when you wanted to humiliate me publicly, that was important enough to write 3 paragraphs about me. I'm really struggling, Claire. Can we not do this right now? Sarah, maybe you were right this morning. Maybe the family really is better off without the drama. I blocked her number and returned to my quarterly reports. Over the next week, Sarah posted daily updates about her job search, each more desperate than the last. She had turned down 2 other offers while waiting for the Meridian Tech position, and now she was competing in a smaller pool. Several relatives continued to blame her career troubles on my supposed negative influence, even though I hadn't spoken to her in months. On Thursday, Mom called again. Claire, Sarah is struggling with her job situation. Maybe you could ask around your network to see if anyone needs marketing help. I almost laughed out loud. Mom, my network. You mean the people I do web design for? You want Sarah to ask the toxic sister she blocked for help? She seemed serious, Claire. Family helps family, Mom said. I'm being consistent. Sarah made it clear she didn't want me involved. I'm respecting her wishes. The following Monday, Sarah posted, I've been thinking about family and not burning bridges over temporary frustrations. I want to apologize to anyone I may have hurt with my recent posts. An hour later, her text came, Claire, I posted an apology. I know I was wrong. Can we please talk? That evening, I called her. Sarah, I saw your post. I'm so sorry, Claire. I was having a terrible week and took it out on you, she admitted. What exactly were you stressed about? Work mostly, and family stuff. What kind of family stuff? Just feeling like some family members get more support than others. You know, Mom and Dad worrying about your career while mine feels ignored. So your resentment wasn't about me being toxic. It was about thinking our parents cared more about my work than celebrating your success. Exactly, she said softly. Sarah, can I ask you something? Sure. The job that was cancelled. Meridian Tech Solutions. Do you know who the CEO is supposed to be? No, she said, intrigued. I said. Silence hung for nearly 30 seconds. What? Claire, that's impossible. I founded Meridian Tech 3 years ago. I own the company, $8 million in revenue, 37 employees. That doesn't make sense. You live in that tiny apartment. I choose to live modestly, reinvesting profits into the business. You're serious. Completely. When you applied, you were applying to work for me, your toxic sister. A long silence. I had no idea. I know. That's the problem. For years, you dismissed my work as playing with computers. You lectured me about stability. Treated me like the irresponsible little sister. I didn't know, she whispered. You didn't know because you never asked. You made assumptions and treated me poorly. If I hadn't built this business, would you have ever respected me? Tears came through her voice. I don't know. Exactly. Your respect is conditional. This morning, you thought the family was better off without me. Now you know I can help your career, suddenly you want forgiveness. I made a terrible mistake. Can we fix this? Sarah, I can't hire someone who called me toxic publicly, even if they didn't know I was CEO. It's about judgment. Publicly humiliating someone you thought couldn't affect your career shows poor judgment I can't overlook. No way to fix this? She asked quietly. There might be, but it would take time and consistent proof that your respect isn't conditional, and that your approach to relationships has genuinely changed. We spent another hour unpacking family dynamics and her years of resentment. Her anger stemmed not from me being toxic, but from believing our parents prioritized my career over her accomplishments. Her Facebook post was the culmination of that frustration, but it also revealed how she treated me when she thought I had no power. What kind of changes are we talking about? I asked, my voice steady but tense. Claire, you need to consider why you felt comfortable publicly calling me toxic when you thought I was struggling, and now you're asking for forgiveness after knowing you're successful, Sarah said. I understand. Do you? I pressed. Because I'm not sure you see this from my perspective. Help me understand. Imagine if I had posted that you were toxic and that the family is better off without you, I said slowly. Then later, you find out I could help or hurt your career. How would you feel? I'd feel betrayed, she admitted. Exactly. You'd wonder if I'd been planning it all along. But you weren't trying to hurt me, were you? No, Claire. I recommended you for the position anonymously. I wanted you to succeed. Then why did you resend the offer? After your post, I realized I couldn't have someone working for my company who showed such fundamental disrespect for me. Sarah, respect isn't conditional on understanding someone's career. Respect is treating people with basic dignity, regardless of circumstances. You're right, she said. Am I? If I had really been the struggling freelancer you thought I was, would your post have been acceptable? No, it wouldn't, she admitted. Then why did you post it? I was stressed and frustrated. I took it out on someone I thought couldn't fight back. That's exactly the problem. You chose to hurt someone powerless to respond. Do you see that now? I do, she said quietly. We ended the call agreeing to continue our conversation in a few days. Over the next week, Sarah surprised me. She posted a detailed apology on Facebook, taking full responsibility for her prior posts and acknowledging she was wrong to publicly attack a family member. More importantly, she began volunteering with a local nonprofit that helps unemployed professionals with job search support. 3 weeks later, her call came. Claire, I've been thinking about what you said regarding treating people I see as having less power. You were right. I've been reflecting on past situations, lecturing the barista who wanted to write, discouraging the intern who wanted to start a business. I see now how terrible that was. What made you realize it? Working with the nonprofit. I've seen how much courage it takes to pursue unconventional paths and how damaging it can be when people dismiss those efforts. That's a significant realization, Sarah. I owe you more than an apology. I owe you respect for what you've built and acknowledgement that I was completely wrong. I appreciate that. Can we rebuild our relationship? Not because I want something from you, but because I miss having you as my sister, she said. I considered it. Over the past month, I'd watched her make genuine efforts to change. Her apology was public and specific, her volunteer work showed real commitment. Sarah, I'm willing to try rebuilding our relationship, but it has to be based on mutual respect and honesty. What would that look like? No assumptions about each other's lives. Supporting each other's choices even when we don't fully understand them. Taking responsibility for our actions. I can commit to that. Also, I won't pretend to be less successful to make anyone comfortable. Our family will learn the truth about my business, and it might be awkward. Are you ready to support me through that? Yes, she said. 2 months later, we had lunch downtown near Horizon Digital Solutions. It was our 4th meeting since starting to rebuild our relationship, and it finally felt natural. How's the new job? I asked. Good. Smaller firm, lower pay than Meridian would have been, but the work is meaningful. I'm glad you found a role that fits. Claire, can I ask you something? Sure. Do you ever regret not telling our family about your success? Sometimes I wish I'd had their support while building the company. But I wanted to succeed on my own, and later, to see how they'd treat me without assuming anything. And what did you learn? That respect is often conditional on perceived success, even from family. But some people can recognize mistakes and change. Do you think our parents will handle the truth well? I don't know. They might be hurt or treat me differently now. When will you tell them? Soon. I'm tired of hiding. Do you want me there? Yes. I want them to hear the truth and my support for you. The following Sunday, we drove to our parents' house. You've been mysterious, Dad said. What's the big news? I looked at Sarah, she nodded. Mom, Dad, I need to tell you about my work, which I should have shared long ago. For 20 minutes, I explained Horizon Digital Solutions, its growth, clients, and my role as CEO. I showed press coverage and the company website. My parents were silent, stunned. You're telling us you own a company worth $8 million and have been running it for 3 years? Dad asked. Yes. While you worried about my career, I said. Mom started crying. Why didn't you tell us? I wanted to see how you'd treat me if you thought I had nothing to offer. Sarah added, Mom, Dad, Alex is being polite. The truth is, we were dismissive because we assumed she was failing, but we were trying to help. Were you? I asked. It felt more like controlling you, Dad admitted. Did you ever ask for details, or just assume? I pressed. They were quiet. I love you, I said, but you treated me like the family disappointment. You should have trusted me to make decisions about my life. We're sorry, Mom said. You should have been, but more importantly, you should trust me now. What can we do to make this right? Dad asked. Treat me as the adult I've been for 3 years, not the struggling child you assumed, I said. We're proud, Mom said. Are you proud of me, or proud of my success? I asked. The difference? Whether your pride depends on achievements or who I am as a person. Sarah nodded. That's the lesson I had to learn too, Sarah admitted quietly. I only felt proud of you after I found out you were successful. I should have been proud of you for taking risks and following your own path, no matter the outcome. You're right, Dad said slowly. We should have supported your choices, even if we didn't fully understand them. What happens now? He asked. Now we rebuild our family relationships based on honesty and mutual respect, I said. No more assumptions, no more unsolicited lectures about my choices, and no more treating me like I need to be managed. Over the following months, the family slowly adjusted to the reality of who I really was. Mom and Dad began asking genuine questions about Horizon Digital and showing true interest in my work. They stopped offering unsolicited career advice or questioning my decisions. Sarah and I built a stronger relationship than we'd ever had. She became one of my most trusted advisors, and I helped her transition into a better position at a different company that truly suited her talents. That Facebook post, the one that had set everything in motion, became a turning point. It forced our family to confront years of assumptions, misunderstandings, and conditional respect. 6 months later, Sarah posted an update of her own. I've learned that success comes in many forms. The most important thing is supporting the people you love, even when you don't fully understand their choices. Proud of my sister for building something incredible and showing me what real family support looks like. This time, I liked the post. I realized that sometimes the only way to save a relationship is to risk losing it first. Sometimes, the most toxic thing in a family isn't a person, it's the assumptions that prevent people from seeing each other clearly. Sarah had thought she was cutting out a toxic family member. Instead, she blocked her own dream opportunity and forced us all to confront the truth about respect, assumptions, and what it truly means to support one another. The irony wasn't lost on any of us. The sister she thought was holding her back was actually the one person who could have moved her forward. And the sister she thought was toxic turned out to be the most successful member of the family. Now she knows better.